I am consciousness. Let's take a momentary glimpse at these words. Let's look deeper into this statement. I am consciousness. Through stillness, I, stable, and movement, consciousness, loving, am, exists. This am is what we are here as. Through stillness and movement, am exists and appears as reflections of stillness and movement, with a mind that narrates it, celebrates it, and experiences it. Within this I, that pure I, and this loving consciousness, together as one through am, no fear, no concerns, no worries, no doubt, just presence. Through the mind that reflects it, that shadow mind, I appears in its valuation as the I mind that wants to value it, analyze it, and judge it. And this I mind, when it moves to consciousness, becomes a spirit. And that conscious mind that wants to love it. Now this mind that wants to value and judge it and analyze it sounds to be the bad guy. And the spirit, that conscious mind that wants to love it, appears to be the good guy. But both these qualities are reflections of pure contentment, pure undiluted beingness. Let's put these words aside, place them in front of you. This I am consciousness. And let's look. What is I? Over there. Not you. I over there. What is I? I is masculine, towering, stable, phallic penis. Consciousness? Feminine, moving, enshrouding vagina. Soft. Am is existence, is the result. In the beginning, there was God. Whatever God is, within God, with its own penis, its own vagina, its own desire to live. In one switch of the light, one moment, on, action. This and that. The mind, the reflective mind, spends all of its apparent short existence within this body that reflects I and consciousness, but is truly am, analyzing I. I'm always analyzing I. I now has taken it inside, and I'm analyzing this upright, masculine or feminine, towering, stable thing with a emotional, beautiful, feminine, masculine, loving system of care, compassion, wisdom, love, kindness. So we as mind spend all of our short existence analyzing I and consciousness to establish that what cannot be examined, instead of just being am, being existence, celebrating through beingness the marriage and conception of this immaculate am that remains to simply reflect that what this is God. The mind, what is am, you see? There appears to be an I and a consciousness and an am in the middle. What connects I and consciousness? Am. Existence. Life. The mind, it has been born as a reflection of Am. Am is an umbilical, hollow life connected to I at one end and consciousness at the other end, bound by God within itself. The mind journeys simultaneously as Am, as that shadow Am. It journeys through this umbilical hollow life, sometimes far away. We call that death. Sometimes very close. We call that that joy, bliss state, ecstatic life. But it's never not here, reflecting, reflecting, reflecting. Reflecting, of course, is narrating through a past and present system that it wisely holds. There appears to be two connected to this cord, this umbilical hollow life. I and mother. In a physical world, there is I, this body, and mother on a moment of birth are connected through this umbilical cord of life. I and Vishnu in this spiritual umbilical cord, this internal umbilical cord. I and mother and I and Vishnu form and spirit, are both names to replace I and consciousness. I and consciousness become one through this connection of umbilical hollow life, when consciousness, that soft vagina, enshrouds the penis, and that we're not speaking about our body sex, we're speaking about that original God in its whole mystical, magical way of creating life within itself. Beings are simply experiencing all three. I am experiencing I as the stable. I am experiencing consciousness as this feminine emotional love. But I am never not umbilical, hollow life. The mind, this shadow reflection of the three meeting, being, narrating, and departing. This is all that takes place. I and consciousness is infinitely passing through me. This umbilical hollow life that me is, appearing momentary as I and consciousness. So where does God come in? Well, like I said before, God is I am consciousness. God is that whole phrase. God is the creator and the experiencer of I am consciousness. When you say I exist, God exists. When you say I am existence, God is total infinite existence. When you say I am love, God experiences momentary, 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 pure, undiluted love. God is I am consciousness as one whole, stable, moving mirror moment. Or in God's language, I am that. That I am. I am that. That am I. God speaks from the pause, the silent moment between I and consciousness as am. God is simply acting out its own paradise within it as every moment in time and beyond. All is God. When God speaks outwardly. I, this stable I, consciousness, am. I give light. I call in my light. I, consciousness loving light, offers myself existence as am. So in this mirror that God speaks into, it reflects through a mind, a little body, a mini me. And in the sequence of life. Umbilical cord being am. Mother, love, light being consciousness. I take breath as I. So when self speaks, am. Life. Consciousness. Love, emotion. Senses. I. All is a reflection of this mirror. These three words, I am consciousness. I consciousness am consciousness I, or simply all that takes place through God creating a mirror, a reflection, a vessel, a tool to see infinite images, infinite experiences, infinite actions of itself.